Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Chargers, and it's all up next.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And in some ways, he's awfully fortunate to get another shot right here in these playoffs because he wasn't particularly sharp in the wild card victory. The ball ended up in the hands of the opponents a few too many times when he threw it. It goes without saying in this one, cannot give the ball away. If he does, the road's going to end right here for him and his team.
Right to the air is Mahomes. And his first pass is incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Gets through and now an opening. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Mahomes to throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. On play action, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And they'll run again. And this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rest as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Herbert. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Boy, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by this offense, how imperative is it for them?
Even if you don't score any points.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. There he goes left side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 29, Mahomes over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a 1st down. Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll check this down to Hines. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
To about the 40-yard line. Austin Johnson, the one who makes the stop defensively. 7-7, our score after one. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 2, Willis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. And he's got it down to the 28. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Cook, touchdown, Chargers. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And now here comes Kansas City. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They run with Hines. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes now to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter, Brian Ager, to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at about the 14. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
DK Metcalf.
49 yards.
And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they have a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Mahomes. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground, and this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? A big play there just before halftime. And even 60 yards. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we are off to Orlando. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Looking to throw on second down. Willis. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
On first down, it's Herbert. Going deep downfield for Ross. And got his man complete. Touchdown. John Ross, yards. And the Chargers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Pulled in at the 24. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1. Just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now it's Hines. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, I mean, they certainly played up to the top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they will remain well behind.
And this is a commentary in today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over on the bounds.
Downfield.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. Play action. It's Herbert. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get it.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Mahomes going to throw.
Got his man complete. Moore.
20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Sky Moore.
69 yards.
And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the number 1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the number 1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Here's Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The Chargers on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
4th down, Willis.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to pass here with Herbert. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Herbert off of play action. And that will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A desperation heave for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
KC's offense ready to take over.
They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, You just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. One final try for Mahomes. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game.
The Chargers, they're going to continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching.